My name is Melodie.
I'm Tricia.
Okay, and we are the Yard Chronicles, 1989, and the Yard is PVU. You know. Okay, so we're going to start this podcast, and it's just really going to be like a walk back down memory lane. We're going to tell you guys about our experiences, about the campus that we had then versus what they have
now,
which is
great and grand. Great and grand.
Okay, we're going to talk about the difference between dorm life.
Yeah.
Because they have a l'appartement. Okay.
Right.
We had a shared what?
Bathroom.
Okay.
Everything.
But.
Oh, and we had that one side of the stadium. we done moved on up.
Okay. Like George and Weezy.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
So we are really going to tell you guys about our time at Prairie View, which, to be honest, was everything.
It really was. It really was.
We really enjoyed ourselves. It was a good life. Actually, we were blessed.
We were extremely blessed back then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because others didn't have it as well as we did. And I think it took us a while to realize, like, how good we had it. Good.
Right. You and I thought of this whole podcast
concept
thing. Yeah, when we were just having a good laugh
a
good laugh about
Prairie
View
and our experiences
and some of the shenanigans that we got in
and some of the people that we met. Okay, that we still keep in touch with to like this very day. Like we could call them right now and be like, "Hey, boo," even if we haven't talked to them in years. They're like twin. I'm like, "Hi."
Yeah.
You just kind of.
And it was a family. It was a family atmosphere.
It was.
Back then, it really was a family atmosphere.
We used to have really good, clean fun.
We did. And we didn't have much, but we had good fun.
Yeah.
We really did.
But you know what? Even in hindsight, for the fact that what we considered not much was a lot for other people.
True.
Because we had more than most.
True.
Only to realize that it was some people who just had so much less. Like, we didn't even think about it.
No. And what we had, we were always willing to share. That's the thing.
Truth.
We were all willing to share it.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
We weren't selfish.
No.
Or we're still not.
No.
We don't.
And I guess that's a part of it.
Yeah.
That's a part of that PV life that,
Not all people who went to PV were as sharing, caring, and giving. Absolutely not. But for the most part, the people that we were attracted to,
or that we were friends with, and that we hung around with,
that was in our circle. They're still givers.
In our circle.
They're still givers. Yeah. Let's talk about our first day.
Okay.
So, for those of you who don't know, I'm a twin. So, when we came to Prairie View, we came with everything, okay? Food for days. Trunks. Like, back in the day, they used to have those military trunks.
Mm-hmm.
So, we had one for each. It had everything in it. It had extra bedding. It had food. We had a microwave. We had a hot plate. We had a whole stereo system, like, with speakers that would come to your hip. Like, I don't know where we thought we were going. To a whole apartment or something. We had everything. Only for us to get there now. We registered, sent money. They cashed 2 checks. And then told my mom, well, they thought it was for one person. The names are one letter different, but they still cashed 2 checks. See, this is some of that HBCU shenanigan stuff. Nobody called or wrote a letter to verify. They just cashed all checks and then had one room for 2 different people. So eventually they got it straight. So they thought. But then they had us in 2 different dorms. And my mom was like, absolutely not. They share so much of, no. She was like, they need to be in the same room. They're each other's roommate. So we told my mom, hey, mommy, if it's this difficult on the first day, like, if they can't get this straight, we're okay with putting all that stuff back and going home.
She was like, no way.
Right. She was like, oh, I'll get it handled. So we went off on an adventure, and we went to the Purple P. So the Purple P was in the, what was it called? The
MSC at that time.
Right? Do you know what MSC stands for?
Memorial Student Center.
Okay. I didn't remember.
Yeah.
So we went to the MSC, and it was a Purple P in there. Now, the Purple P was like a place where you could get like French fries, chicken strips, burgers.
They renamed that thing about 10, 12 times.
Yeah, and now they have a Chick-fil-A in there.
Yeah, it is a Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Just imagine if we'd had a Chick-fil-A back then.
We was happy with Sonic.
We were happy with Sonic. We were happy with Sonic.
Okay,
yeah.
Sonic was in
But
Walmart.
somebody had to have a car to go to Sonic.
But, until we got to Sonic, the Purple P was it.
Right.
Okay, so we hung out there and went around the campus and blah, blah, blah. We were gone for a while. When I say a while, we were gone long enough for her to come back and tell us, oh, it didn't work. So we thought. So she said, there were these 5 boys that moved all of your belongings into your room. I mean, not only did they move our stuff in there, but they set everything up. They put the microwave in where it should be. When I tell you, I don't know what they did. Child. The speakers they put on top of the ship,
Oh, yeah. If you were in Banks, then that had, that shelf above the bed. So
they put the speaker, one on each end. When they tell you, they laid out the room. They didn't just throw our stuff up in there and be like, holiday.
Right.
They put our anyway, yeah. So she said, my mom didn't have name the first. Not, as Rasan could say, not now, and I never knew what that meant, but that's what she used to say. Not one, okay? Rasan could say and now. I had no idea, never heard of the word. So she said, here's $50. You find them and you give them this $50 because they refuse to take it. Now, they refused to take it from her. I don't know why she thought they were taking it from us, but we knew we couldn't keep it. So we were like, all we could say was okay, because when you have parents like ours, when they said do something, what did you do, Bledsoe?
You did it.
Okay. So we're off. Now, mind you, Prairie View is not really a small campus. So it's not like, it's like, you're going to be able to walk and be like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Prairie View, and freshman year, a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah, 8 and 9, it was a lot of people.
Not even, you're not even counting like people who work there, old heads, nothing. It's just like a lot of people.
Right. And they never had enough rooms.
Never.
That was all. We were always on the news for not having enough rooms.
And which is weird now, because Prairie View is a campus now that is one of the few HBCUs that has no problem with housing.
Right. That is true.
Now, Howard might, Clark and Spelman, Prairie View does not. They have housing.
I'm so proud of them. They've gotten themselves together.
Okay. But we're going to talk about 1989. Okay? So,
yeah, back then they had enough room.
So we're walking across campus or whatever. We go back to the Purple P, just like, I don't know, let's just go look. And it was some guys sitting at a table, and I told my twin, Melodie, I bet that's them. She was like, mm-mm. I'm like, yeah, I bet it is. She was like, okay, let's go see. So walk up to the table. Hi, how are you? Told us their names or whatever. Did you guys move some furniture for some twins in Banks? One of them was like, oh my God, how much stuff did they have? They brought everything from home. Thank you. Like, well, my mom left this $50 for you. And they were like, no. I think Eric was the one who said, no, we can't take it. I'm like, yeah, she heard you. But she left it anyway. So I'm going to leave it on the table. And you can do what you will or may. But I did my part. So when she calls and says, did you find them? I can say, yes, ma'am. And I gave them the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those 5 guys were from Chicago. Okay, shout out to them, because we are still friends with them today. That was Eric Mohammed, Eric Dingle, Kevin Dingle, Michael Stain, and Wes Hammond.
I remember the Dingle brothers, but yeah. I don't remember.
Girl.
Remember anybody else.
I remember all, okay? They are just as sweet as they were when we were in college. And they end up being like, they were known like as the Chicago Boys, right? And they used to have the Chicago house because all of them lived like in one house. But that's the thing that we were talking about one day. You know, when you meet people at a HBCU and you bond with them, if you don't talk to them for 10 years and they call you, right?
Right.
You pick right back up. Eric called me this year, like last month or so, Eric Dingle. I hadn't talked to him in forever. And he left me a message and he was just explaining, Melody, hey, this Eric, you know, I called, I didn't even listen to the message fully. I called him, I'm like, hey, you don't have to explain, but boy, I know you day one. I met you first day, school. I'm going to forever know you. You know, it's just something that, you know, gives you a sense of pride and puts a smile on your face, right?
Yeah. But my experience was different.
Okay, Miss Bledsoe.
Being from Prairie View. So I remember going to, I know I registered like on that Friday, the Friday that I graduated.
Did you register with your computer?
No. Even I didn't register with my computer, but I didn't stand in line because my mother worked in the fiscal office and she, you know, paid everybody's fees. So that particular day, I remember I graduated, and so the next day I went on campus just to see, you know, to kind of hang out with my friend Nicole. And we ran into some guys that we knew from Top Team. And we were like, oh, hey, one was from Dallas and one was from Houston. And we just stood in front of Anderson Hall and talked for hours. And then we were like, okay, we've been standing out here long enough. Let's go. And I know that we met them later on, but that is, I mean, Eric Lockett and Alan Lee, we had known them forever, and we still see them now. So yeah,
that's just how it is. I mean, I don't know if this generation has that kind of bond because they have so much technology. They don't communicate. They don't talk. They don't hang out.
Right.
You realize they all can go out to eat and will be sitting on their phones, the chit chat. And I'm like when we go out to eat, it's no phones.
Right, and we didn't have that, so we had to make our own fun or make our own entertainment, and we did some of the the craziest stuff back on campus. But it was
fun.
But it was wholesome, clean fun.
Yeah.
That, you know, we weren't doing anything that nobody else was doing. So yeah, that was our fun. Mm-hmm. You know, who knew, you know, the basics, playing spades, playing cards, all those kinds of, and, you know, playing dominoes, those kinds of things. But other than that, I mean, we had real fun. When we had homecoming, we had those tent parties, and we were out in the dirt.
When I tell you we were in the dirt, I didn't realize how we were in the dirt. We had dirt up our nose. Okay, we left and clean clothes, came back dirty.
Right, and I know that it was a cloud like Charlie Brown cloud.
It was of dust.
It was that, but it was so much fun, and that's what we look forward to.
We did, especially the first one. Especially for those of us who didn't know anything about homecoming, and it was our first one. Oh my God!
Yeah,
right. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
But you know, the thing about it is that we could just sit in front of the fountain, sit at the fountain in front of Alumni Hall, and just hang out,
And a lot of people did just hang out and
talk and people look
and people watch.
We are the generation of people watching with no coffee. Okay, now we go to a cafe and sit and people watch. You know, like,
and they had those sorority and fraternity trees that were still around there. Mm-hmm. And at a certain time, at like 4:30, everybody would come to Alumni. And they would, you know, just either be at their tree or be around the fountains. And that was one of the things back then that was so, you know, are we going by Alumni?
Right. Alumni Hall was everything.
It's
where we ate. It was 3 stories. It was where we ate. But it was also the central point of hanging out, you know.
Yeah.
It was for us the middle of the yard.
Right. And
For
I don't know
us.
if they have that now. I don't know. And there were benches and things like that. I don't even know if they have that now.
That's a good.
I know they have that panther there in the front, but I don't know if they had like the benches. Like Memorial Student Center, MSC, where you had those steps that you could go up, and that had, like little seating areas. I don't know if they had that in MSC, where, before you could get to that Purple P part, it was like a little lounge area. I don't know if they'd have that. They don't even have that.
I don't think they have that anymore.
No. And even if that was going towards the post office, and if you went the other way, it was still some seating areas, like going out towards to the Baby Dome and the old gym.
Not the Baby Dome.
Ooh, the old gym.
No, the Baby Dome. Let me tell you something. We're gonna have fun on this podcast, okay? But believe you me, okay?
Believe you me.
Believe you me. But we just wanted to give you guys like a little snippet. We have stories. We have, as old people could say, recollections. Okay.
Yes.
Recollect.
And we're not naming any names. Unless we get permission.
That's her full disclosure.
Yeah, that is my disclosure. I don't want to be sued.
It's not mine.
I am
it's not
a counselor.
There's nothing I could be sued for because there's no allegedly. So if I tell you, it was. I said what I said.
Hey, I'm only telling my story. I'm not telling anybody else's.
And if you were involved, I said what I said. And we're going to go back down memory lane. Oh my God. One thing I will tell you guys about our freshman year is that we were known later on as the freshman class of twins. There were like
yes, it was a whole bunch of y'all.
Maybe plus sets of twins.
Girls and boys.
Girls and boys.
Wow. That was huge.
Yeah.
We were always seeing double.
Yes. Yeah. Some of them I remember, some of them I don't. But it was like 10 sets of us. I remember, what was it? Kyra and Kirsten from San Diego. Remember they were...
One of them was a Black Fox, wasn't she?
Both of them were.
Both?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then there was a Stacy and Tracy.
Yeah, I think I saw one of them last week. Well, not the week before when I went to one of the football games.
And then there were 4 or 5 set of boys.
Yeah.
One of them I remember they were tall, from Dallas. I don't remember their names though.
Glenn and Gary?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Glenn and Gary, yeah.
And then
and then there was a set from San Antonio. I remember them. One wore a pair of boots all the time. I can't remember their name.
But our freshman year we had like
it was a lot.
10.
Yeah.
At least set of twins.
Yeah.
Well, we've enjoyed our time with you, and we will see you soon back on what? The Yard.
The Yard.